My name is Pilar, host of Pure Gold, and here we are at the Roche Farm and Garden with Jeff Barwick. He is Chef James Barwick, and he is a fabulous chef. He's going to tell us a little bit about his history as a chef in New York and in different places. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I really want to thank Roche Farm and Garden, Kelly, for putting up this wonderful event. She's great about that and about doing different things for our community. And this is one of the best things that between her and Chef James have done. All right. It's great having you here. Tell us a little bit about when you lived in New York, when you were working as a chef there.
First, I want to say that I grew up here, and I moved away to California, Hawaii, and then New York. I was a private chef and caterer in New York for 23 years. I've had the privilege to work for some very high-profile people, and it's been a great experience. I came back to Dublin 3 years ago. My sister was ill. I came back to be close to her, and I have really enjoyed being here and being a part of the community and serving fresh foods. To me, it's all about freshness. And one of the things great about canning is when you do your own canning, you know what is going into your product. So we have a tendency, because of the fast pace in our life, to go hit the fast foods, go through a drive-through and stuff like that. But if we take the time and really put up our foods, we know what's going in it, we know what we're putting in our body, and that's the great thing about it.
From your garden to the table.
From the garden to the table. That's my motto.
Freshness.
Yes.
All right. I recently went and picked a bunch of tomatoes, and I was wondering how I'm going to keep those tomatoes for a long time. And talking to Chef James, he said he's going to let all of us know how to do that. So all year round, we're going to have delicious, wonderful, fresh vegetables and fruits.
That's true. The great thing about this, the whole canning process, is that you can take the basic recipe and adapt it to what you want and what you like. Add the spices and things like that. I will be getting into some of the jams and the jellies in a few moments, the different bread and butter pickles, tomato sauce. I prefer to cook mine down. Go ahead and cook it, add all the spices and everything that I want in it. So then all I have to do is open the jar. You're talking about a couple of dollars to buy the jars and to do this product versus going to the store and paying $4 to $5 for a jar of tomato sauce.
Absolutely. Well, I know everybody's dying to see what he has to tell us. So I'm going to leave you.
Okay.
This is your kitchen. Once again, thank you to Roche Farm and Garden for doing this today. And, well, it's all yours.
Thank you, Pilar.
You're welcome.
Okay. A lot of people feel intimidated with canning, and it's not that hard. It's basic, and just taking the basics and going forth with it. There's shortcuts and easy way to do a lot of things. A couple of things I'm going to do here with your tomatoes. You can do the same thing with peaches as well. It's just take the bottom of the tomato, score it with the little X on the bottom. Then we're going to drop that into boiling water for about 30 to 60 seconds. And what that will do is it's going to cause the skin to pull away. You'll see that it'll start to break. And once that takes place, we're going to shock it into ice water. And then you'll see that the skins will just peel completely off of it. You don't have to take a knife. I know in the old days, I remember my mother she would take a knife and we would peel the tomatoes, and it was very time consuming. That's not necessary. There's an easy way to do all of that now. The great thing with canning, though, is the fact that you can add your own spices. You can make it the way you want it. A lot of the stuff that you buy in the store, they add all the different whatever they want, but adapt the recipe to your likings. As we especially get into the jams, I'm one of these people that I prefer to use less sugar and cook it down. The same with my tomato sauce. Just one moment here. I like to cook it down as well. As you can see that the tomato here, the skin is splitting, and that's all there is to it. That's how easy it is to peel the tomato. And then just take a knife, core out the center, and it's just that easy. Like I said, you can do the same with peaches. It's so easy to do. And the thing is in the long run, you save a lot of money by canning your own stuff. You can do anything from all your fruits and vegetables to all of the jams, jellies, cucumbers, all your sweet pickles, bread and butter pickles. I did all of the jams here this past week. And this is a new device here for jams. If you really want to get into making jams, you just throw everything into the pot. It has an automatic stirrer in it, so you don't even have to worry about stirring. This device runs in the $90 range. It's really simple to do. Just put your fruit in, your sugar in, your pectin in, set the timer, turn it on, and it does everything for you. When it comes to canning, there are several things that you will need. One pot for blanching your vegetables, a pot for once you have everything canned that you will continue to cook them. There's the pressure canner as well as the water bath canner. And then you need a small pot for heating your lids. And then I have a separate pot for heating all my jars. What I have done here is earlier today, I went ahead and took 30 pounds of tomatoes. I blanched them, peeled them, cut them up. I sauteed my onions, my garlic, and add my tomatoes. I like to squeeze all the juice from my tomatoes and cook that down to have a thicker, richer sauce. You can do the same with if you're just canning tomatoes and not wanting to make a full tomato sauce, is take that juice, squeeze it out of the tomato, reduce it down, and it gives you a thicker sauce on your tomato. A lot of them, if you notice that there's a watery consistency in your tomato. Okay, with that, it's because you don't squeeze the juice out of the tomato, and some people add water to finish filling the jar. I find that if you take and squeeze all the juice out of your tomatoes, you pack them in and reduce that juice, pour that back in, then you have a nicer, thicker, richer tomato product to work with. I'm going back to jams because that's what I really love. I love to do jams and chutneys, something unusual. A lot of people here, they stick with the basics, the strawberry, the blueberry, the blackberry, the raspberry. I like to spice it up a little bit. I did a black raspberry, with lemongrass, which is very nice. I did a lemon ginger blueberry jam. I did a pineapple peach jam, a strawberry kiwi jam. So you can be creative. You don't have to stick to your basics. The great thing about canning is coming up with your own ideas, being creative and trying new things. And that's the whole purpose behind this, is doing what you want, making it yours. People ask me if I was going to be selling my stuff. To be honest with you, I'm the type of person that I had rather do it and give it as gifts, because it's a part of me. You know, I mean, I've had probably 20, 30 people on Facebook ask me, you know, is this available? Can we buy it? Well, all of you today are going to be the lucky ones, because everybody, and that's why you have your tickets, one lucky person is going to receive the gift basket with one of everything that I have made. But all of the rest of you, you're going to turn in that ticket to me later, and everybody gets to walk away with one of the specialty jams. So you can try it. I also have business cards here that I would like to give to you. If any of you would like any of my recipes, I will be more than happy to email them to you and share them with you as well. Okay. I have the jars heated. The sauce is ready to go. And what I'm going to do is take the jars. We will fill them. I'm going to throw the lids in, get those hot. And then we're going to start the canning process. There is low acidity and high acidity in the canning family. There are certain things that can be done under a water bath canning, and then there's items that low acidity that needs to be done under a pressure cooker canning. So just be aware of what those items are, and with the different altitudes, it takes different lengths of time to finish that product. So, anybody have any questions before we continue on? Yes, sir.
What is your method of squeezing the juice out of the tomato?
I'm sorry?
What is your method of squeezing the juice?
What I do is I put them into a strainer, and I take a potato masher and press it and let it release the juice that way. Yes, ma'am.
The top sit in the hot water right there on the side. Do you bring it up to a boil, or is it just keep that spring get soft? What's the
Well, I brought the water up to a boil, and I dropped them in. And what it does is it softens the rubber inside, so when you put it on, that will help to seal it. Yes, ma'am. I do add a little bit of salt. With tomatoes, it is optional whether or not you want to add salt. I don't use table salt. I always use a kosher salt. And kosher salt, you can do iodized salt. When you use it in canning, it will make your product look muddy. And so you have to be careful with that. Also, when doing certain products, you need to add citric acid or lemon juice. I use lemon juice. I find that it's better. Some people say use the jarred lemon juice, but for me, it's always fresh. I believe in freshness. Even with my herbs that I put in, I always do use fresh herbs and things like that. I live out in Lovett, halfway between East Dublin and Wrightsville, and I have a large herb garden. And for any of you that is interested, I will be doing a thing on the website for 604 where I work that you can write in and ask any questions regarding foods, canning, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have. So, please feel free. Like I said, I'll give you my business card, and it has my email address, so please feel free to contact me, and any questions that you may have, email me, and I'll be happy to share that information with you. Any other questions? Okay. And what you want to do is you want to work with just a few jars at a time and get them sealed and into the water. It's according to it's according to how spicy, how much spice you want in it. I mean, every recipe you adapt to your likings. Some people love more basil, like a lot of fresh basil in it. Some people prefer dried basil. Some people like to add oregano and Italian seasoning into theirs. So it's according to you and your likings. With me, I'm totally into fresh foods, so I prefer to use all fresh ingredients. You can buy the minced garlic in the grocery store. To me, that's a big no-no, but because I prefer to use the freshest, so I chop my own. These little gadgets are great. Just be sure to wipe the rim good. Make sure that there's nothing sticking to the top. Take the lid, stick it on, seal it, and it is ready to go into the water bath. This will be processed for an additional 35 minutes. If you're doing quartz, make sure that your jars are completely covered in the water bath, and you just continue on. So, quartz are 45 minutes for a quartz. And again, every product is different, and it could take longer if you're in a higher altitude. So you just want to make sure that you check for each and every product. Well, I usually leave anywhere, usually about a half an inch, anywhere on some items is a 1/4 inch, some of it is a 1/2 inch. So it's important to leave at least that amount. If you feel it too full, then you have the worries of it coming out as you process it. I'm sorry? If you want to, they have freezer containers that you can use, and it can be frozen. I find, and forgive me, I mean, my hands, I'm used to doing a lot of hot, so where a lot of the hot water might bother you guys, it doesn't seem to bother me as much. I find that when you freeze certain products, they break down more. So, well, to me, tomatoes, when you freeze them, they do break down more. So it's according to the final product that you want. But you can get a whole canning set, and everything is included. By the way, all of this stuff here is available. Kelly has brought it in, and it's wonderful. And your canning can be so easy. I mean, there's gadgets for everything, so it's really... This one? It's magnetized, and you just pick it up. It's wonderful. So this is your basic cannings with cucumbers, bread and butter pickles. Personally, I love to add a little bit of jalapenos and habaneros to mine to spice it up, to kick it up a little bit. I have some jars here of some great pepper jelly that I made. It also has habaneros, serranos, and jalapenos. But seriously, the canning is really easy. Don't be fearful. Just take your time, give it a try, enjoy it. And there's a lot of wonderful things that you can do. Where's Pilar? Pilar, I'm going to call you back. And Kelly, can I bring you up as well, please? Kelly.
Peppers like the jalapeno, do you do the same thing, like take the skin off and do that, or how do you add the peppers to them?
On the jalapenos, habaneros, and all of that, I just dice it up. If you really want a lot of spice, a lot of heat, add the seeds to it, but, be aware that it does have a bite. The stem, no, you remove the stem, but chop up everything else. The skin is fine. Do you have the tickets? Dill pickles, you do. The bread and butters, you use some pickling salt. And what I did was I shaved the cucumbers and the onions, and I put pickling salt on them and then iced them down, let them stay overnight, then rinse that off, and then put my sugar, and I prefer to use cider vinegar. I feel that cider vinegar has a much better flavor than your white vinegar. Add your turmeric, your mustard seeds, your celery seed, shave you some jalapenos and some habaneros and put in there. Cook it off, and you've got a wonderful bread and butter pickle. So, okay, Pilar, I'm turning it back to you.
I'm completely surprised. I thought it was going to be extremely hard.
It's not at all.
I mean, it seems so easy.
It is easy. I mean,
I thought that you slave and slave on this.
well, the thing is people have really, a lot of people have gotten away from canning, and people should get back into it. I'm saying this more so for LDS members, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but we are taught that we should have a year's supply of food in our home. And how many of us really has that year's supply of food? I mean, if we took our garden and our vegetables and really canned stuff, we could easily build up a year's supply of food with no problem.
Well, that is wonderful. Don't forget that every single thing that you need for canning is right here at Roche Farm and Garden. I guess this is the moment that one of us is going to win this great basket, and Kelly is going to be the one getting the number.
The number's 723956.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. You want to give it to him? Go ahead.
956, yeah.
And this is one of everything that I have made here. And again, please take my business card. Please email me. I will be happy to send you all of the recipes from the lemon ginger blueberry to the black raspberry with lemongrass, the pineapple peach, pineapple mango, strawberry kiwi, the bread and butter pickles, the hot pepper jelly. Thank you all for coming out. Please come up, give me your ticket,
Save your ticket.
and I will be happy to give you one of the small jars of jam. Thank you so much for coming.
Now, on behalf of Roche Farm and Garden, thank you so much for coming. And always look in the paper or look on TV 35. They are all the time having seminars here with wonderful ideas and wonderful things. And thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
Do you want
Thank you.
to say something? Or
Just thank you for everybody coming out. And like she said, watch out. We'll always have something going on. Appreciate you coming out. And thank you.
thank you, Chef.
One last thing. If you haven't tried Club 604, that's the dining place to go to. I am there Tuesday through Saturday cooking every day. So, and you don't have to be a member. We changed that. But again, all the food is fresh. I don't believe in using frozen foods in the restaurant. So please come in and give us a try. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.